Hello again, Bill Jones, recapturefederalism.com, recapturefederalism.com, on the net, on YouTube, on Twitter, and being suppressed by the media of all sorts. Violates my constitutional rights, by the way. And that's what we're going to talk about, Constitutional Rights Day, Communism. Title of this presentation, President Trump, Part 10, Treason. Public protesting, not a constitutional right. What do you say? It's not a constitutional right. In the Constitution, you have a right to speech, press, public assembly, peaceful assembly, I should say, peaceful assembly. It can be public or private. And a right to petition government for grievances. Doesn't say peaceful, but most cases it's peaceful. Even though it could be a dissenting decision, like I do. I'm a dissenter from the normal process of government, as illegal as it is. So, and as I always start my presentations, I, William R. Jones, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, so help me God. I first took that oath in July 1965 when I joined the United States Navy. The enemy then was communism, as the enemy now is communism. Still got communism going on. Still got communism. And a lot of these protesting you have, they're by communists. They're by communists. Not peaceful. If it was peaceful, they could get away with it. But I would argue protesting, in its very name, is insurrection, which is a violation of the Treason Clause. What has happened, going back to the 60s, we had protesting by Students for Democratic Society, SDS, Weathermen, Bill Ayers, communist, anti-war. What does it mean to be anti-war? Well, you're anti-something, that means you're pro-something. They're pro-communist. The people I was fighting against. So you had, at Kent State, for instance, the narratives there, the phony, fake, communist propaganda narratives, is that people were protesting peacefully. They weren't. They weren't protesting peacefully. In 1963, Dr. Martin Luther King wrote from Birmingham jail, the letter from the Birmingham jail. I invite everybody to go online and make sure you get the original, by the way. Online, the letter from Birmingham jail, Dr. Martin Luther King, from April 1963. He talks about, and also you go on YouTube, and you get letter to Birmingham jail. You want to look up the one which is from Austin, Macomb Business Management group from Austin, Texas. Corey Jones is the actor who plays Dr. Martin Luther King. It's about 57 minutes long. Very good, very good, very accurate. I think they missed one small paragraph in there out of the 48. But it's all in there. And in there, Dr. Martin Luther King talks about his 4-step program to civil disobedience. Civil disobedience is not protesting. It's a fine line between protesting and civil disobedience. Civil disobedience is nonviolence. Nonviolent civil disobedience. Public protesting leads to violence, in many cases, or interruption of civil rights of other people. Jesse Jackson, who you would think know better since he subverted King, and he subverted King, and got King into trouble. So much trouble that he ended up dead. Yep. By the way, Jesse, who actually killed him? You were there. Wasn't James Earl Ray? Well, was it? You and the other compadres pointing up to the rooftop when Ray put that gun in a washroom straight across. Yeah. But the records are sealed, just like the records of JFK sealed. They were protest too. That was protest. Protest. Murder. All these anti-war protests were violation of the civil rights. I mentioned 1966 when people from Harvard, at least we were told they were from Harvard, and they probably were, School of Communism, and they came down to the gate. And as we were leaving a ship, we'd been out at sea for 2 weeks, we were harassed. We were harassed, not peacefully, harassed. Demonstrations, protest demonstrations, violating our civil rights. The same, we were in the military, the same codification as treason that I mention all the time. Advocating the overthrow, protesting, advocating the overthrow of government. And those that organize them are organizing. 2385. So we have this bastardization of the law, non-enforcement of the law. And as I say, we're a nation of unenforced laws. And what happens with that? What happens with that? There's a contempt for the law, and that's what you have. That's what you have on the south side of Chicago. That's what you have in Black Lives Matter. Protesting, blocking traffic, blocking the civil rights of movement of individuals. Cost, additional police and what have you, cost. But they don't care, do they? Now I mentioned insurrection. 23. Yeah, let me get my. Okay, we have 2383, I believe. Law, I've got law. Rebellion and insurrection. Whoever incites, sets on foot, assists, or engages in any rebellion or insurrection. And see, rioting is a form of protest. It's illegal. It's rebellion or insurrection. Watch riots. Protesting. And that's insurrection. What's insurrection? It's the act or incident of open revolt against civil authority or constituted government. It's anti-constitution. That's what protesting is. Now, in the Constitution of the United States, in the preamble, they have public officials are supposed to ensure domestic tranquility. Protesting, by its very nature, is not domestic tranquility. Now, if you get together, civil disobedience, peacefully, nonviolent, that's borderline. Dr. Martin Luther King knew that he would be arrested because he was violating the law. Civil disobedience. And you noticed in Selma, they didn't put up a resistance to the police. And the police were wrong. Don't get me wrong. The police were wrong. But they were arrested in Birmingham. They were arrested. They didn't put up a struggle. They didn't block the streets. The laws, or breach of peace, which is what they use, the Democratic Party down in the South used, were found to be unconstitutional because they restricted peaceful assembly. It had to be reworded. So, protest, the public officials need to arrest these people the minute they violate the constitutional rights of others or violence. Also, the state of Illinois, they have in their laws the preamble. We, the people of the state of Illinois, grateful to Almighty God for civil, political, and religious liberty, which has permitted us to enjoy and seeking His blessing upon our endeavors, in order to provide for health, safety, welfare of the people, maintain a representative and orderly government, eliminate poverty and inequity, assure legal, social, economic justice to provide opportunity for the fullest development of the individual, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense and secure the blessings of freedom and liberty to ourselves and our posterity, to ordain and establish this Constitution of the United States. One nation under God. They're grateful to Almighty God for the civil. Now, they have the right to assemble in Illinois. Section 5, Bill of Rights, Article 1, Section 5. The right to assemble and petition. The people have the right to assemble in a peaceable manner, to consult for the common good, to make known their opinions to their representatives, and apply for redress of grievances. Peaceable manner, a peaceable manner. Protesting is not a peaceful manner. Its very name implies non-peaceful. And also, well, I think that's all I need to say on this subject. Now, this treason stuff that I'm talking about, and I filed January 25th, 2016. I need to get people to file in their states, in their counties, treason. Treason's against the law in every state. It's insurrection. It's insurrection. And every state has laws regarding this. It's what they call out the National Guard and what have you. If your local police can't handle it, let's say in Chicago with murders, the two-party system, supremacy system, is illegal. There's no legal basis or authority for the two-party system. I'm going to do a presentation on that soon, I hope, because it's all treason. 220 years ago, they didn't enforce the treason laws. But I digress. I want everybody who voted for Trump to go to their county police. And the county police also can file too on their behalf and their family's behalf, and their families come in and file criminal charges against the two parties, the two-party system. They have usurpation, the seizing of the rights of the we the people. And that's what I'm talking about. Hopefully, when we get Jeff Sessions put into office, he's already been nominated. When they vote to accept his nomination, we'll get some word on working with him to enforce the treason laws in this country. With that, I'm going for the day. Goodbye.